Hello! I'm here today to tell a fairy tale that I found on either the internet or heard from someone else or read in a book. Now, I enjoy fairy tales. I enjoy reading them. I enjoy hearing them, and so I've decided to start telling them. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so today's fairy tale that I've decided to tell is a Grimm's fairy tale known as The Wonderful Musician. So, because it's a Grimm's fairy tale, it was recorded at least around the 1800s. I'm not entirely too certain what else to say about it in the introduction, so I'm just going to start telling it. The Wonderful Musician. There once was a musician who could play the fiddle particularly wonderfully. Now, he was a loner and he just roamed around mostly, so he didn't have any friends, but he was very, very popular whenever he went into somewhere. Well, one day he realized, man, I am lonely. I need a companion. So he decides to go into the forest and just play his fiddle until someone comes up to him. Now he plays and plays and plays, and eventually there comes a wolf. And the musician is like, "Oh, hi, Wolfie, are you coming to see me?" And the wolf is like, "Actually, yes, I am. You play so beautifully. Could you teach me how to play the fiddle, or at least some instrument?" And the musician says, "Yeah, sure, I can teach you how to play the fiddle. Come with me." So they walk along a little ways, and eventually they come to this tree, and this tree has a crack in it. And the musician says, "Okay, Wolf. So I'm just going to need you to put your foot one paw in the tree, and then your other paw in the tree, and I'm just gonna put this giant stone over your two front feet, and kind of leave you trapped there." He doesn't say that last bit, but he puts a giant stone into the crack, and so sealing the wolf's paws in. And the wolf's like, "What are you doing? Why are you trapping me into a tree?" But the wonderful musician says, "Oh, this is an exercise I do every morning to help me practice my fiddle." And so the wolf goes, "Okay, fine." And the musician says, "Okay, so I'm going to be right back. Just stay right there." And he leaves. Yeah, a wolf companion really would have been cool. But nope, he leaves. Now he walks on a little bit more, and he plays the fiddle again, and he meets a fox. And the fox is like, "Well, you play rather beautifully on the fiddle. Could you please teach me to play on the fiddle?" And the wonderful musician says, "Sure, I can teach you to play the fiddle." And so they walk on a little ways, and they come to this area between two hickories. And so the wonderful musician says, "Okay, so we're gonna stop here, and you're just gonna put your two front feet over these two branches right here. I'm gonna tie you to the hickory trees. And oh, don't worry, this is an exercise that I do every morning to help me practice my fiddle playing. You're gonna get really good if you just do this." And so the fox trusts him, and he kind of leaves him hanging. He just leaves him. But the wonderful musician goes off again, promising that he'll come back, but he never does. And the next, and the fox is just left there dangling, and this is actually a very uncomfortable position to be hung from the arms. But moving on, so the wonderful musician meets a rabbit this time, who also wants to learn how to play the fiddle. And the rabbit, it's not any better for the rabbit. He goes from a wolf, which would be an awesome companion, to a fox, which would be kind of like whoa, that would be a conversation starter, to have a pet fox. And then he goes to a rabbit, and no, he doesn't even accept a rabbit. I mean, come on, pets are the best. Yeah, he ends up having the rabbit run around a tree a bunch of times and tying itself to a tree. So anyway, he moves on, and by this time the wolf has managed to free himself from his tree prison. And he goes after the musician because you don't betray or leave anyone just hanging by themselves. Anyway, he goes off after the musician, and along the way he meets the fox and the hare, or the rabbit, who wanted to learn, as well as the wolf. So they go after him, and when they catch up to him, they find him sitting with another human. And this human is a farmer. He has no real desire to learn. He just wants to admire the musician for his wonderful skill and music talent. And that's honestly probably all the wonderful musician that wanted out of his companion. He didn't want really a companion to be there for him. He just wanted someone to be there who could praise him for his amazing talent and say, oh, there is no one ever who's ever going to be like you. I'll do anything you say because you're so incredible. Anyway, so the animals make themselves known, and maybe they come off a little bit threateningly, but the wonderful musician goes, ah, save me! and the farmer has like a little weapon, maybe it's a rake or something, and he goes up and runs after the animals until they all scatter and just run away. I think they may have dodged a bullet. And so the farmer goes back to the wonderful musician who's still sitting there, and the musician says, "Man, thank you so much for saving me. I don't know what I would have done for you, done if those animals had attacked me. Thank you so much. Here is one last song for your pains before I go and leave." So yeah, the musician doesn't even end up really with a solid companion. You know, he is forever alone, and there's something sad about that, but also at the same time, it's an unfortunate situation when you. I just kind of wish that the animals had known that he was going to do that. That he didn't want to teach them, that he had no desire to, and he just wanted to use them for his own self-gratification. Oh well, I mean, it's just a story, and I'm only the storyteller. I shouldn't really judge that kind of thing. That's up to you guys. So yeah, what did you think of this story? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any stories or fairy tales from your own backgrounds, or stories that have been told around your hearth for many generations, please let me know, if you're willing to share them, that is. I'd be very interested in hearing fairy tales. I'd also be interested in hearing what other people think of the story, or other version that people have heard of this this wonderful musician story. But you know, in the end, it's kind of a good thing, because at least the animals now know that they have each other. There's one situation that they can relate to, and maybe they now have each other. Who knows? I mean, there's no telling what happened to the musician or to the animals after that. So maybe it had a good ending that just kind of got cut off. Anyway, if you made it through this video, thank you so much for watching. Yeah. So, have a good day or have a good night wherever you are.